Hi, welcome back to RPIA.com.au, which is short for Residential Property Investments Australia. So last week I talked about the what and the why of buying property. Now, the what and the why doesn't always lead to property. I'm only going to talk about when it does, of course. So when it does, the natural next question is how? And that is a piece of string. That's why the what and the why is very important. But I had an example just today, and the what is, well, it was blurry to start with. A very, very common problem for people is they want to buy an investment property that they might live in one day. I hear that so often. I invest but I might live in it one day. And let's face it, nobody buys a property to invest in and live in one day. Like, it just doesn't work like that. They may buy it to demolish it and rebuild and live it. So there's these other variations, but to most people, when they're in that frame of mind, how do I describe it? I'm not sure. When they're in that frame of mind, they're actually kind of one or the other. In fact, they're usually just investors. And they are thinking ahead. The good news in this conversation was the person I was speaking to had thought ahead enough where they realised it was about buying some property and starting the process, getting into the market, and then building a portfolio over a few years, which is an age-old way of doing it. Now, whether or not that's the right way for everybody, well, it's not the right way for everybody, but in this case, this is what he wants. So the idea was, I want to build more equity through property. Now, of course, historically that has worked, and there's every reason why it could work again. So we'll just go with the fact it's going to. So during a very short conversation, and this was less than 20 minutes, it could have been 15, but we had a good chat because there were some other common bonds, so that's fine. But 15-minute conversation on the property. We've ascertained the what, the why, and we've gotten to the how quite heavily. And even there was a particular region in mind, and there was good reasons for that. And so it didn't take long for us to really clarify. I asked some basic questions about the sort of features that were important or not important. But really in under 20 minutes, we've gone from this sort of blurry idea with no action ever being taken to, okay, bang, I think I understand. I'm now going to put this back to you in writing so you can look at it carefully, make sure I've got it right, and then when you press go, bang, I'm on. We'll get it done. So it is that simple. There are some other elements following that, and I'll talk about those in future weeks. Thanks for joining in.